Yes, everybody, welcome back to Talking Wolves. Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel today. Hope you guys are keeping well and safe. We've got another update video for you, going over what's been happening since the last update video. Obviously, Wolves have had a behind closed doors game as well over the weekend, which we'll talk about. And we'll talk about the US tour. Wolves have set off for that today, and we'll have a quick word on what's been going on there and the latest transfer rumours. But we'll kick off with the game on Saturday. It was another behind closed doors victory for Wolves. They beat Championship side Bristol City 3-0. It wasn't actually common knowledge until I think Saturday morning, where Wolves had posted about it in an update article. I then found out it was about Bristol City, and we found out on Saturday afternoon, evening, that it was a 3-0 win over Bristol City. The goals from Hwang, Cunha, and an own goal as well. The Cunha and Hwang goals have been published on social media. They're pretty easy to find if you want to look for those. Cunha's with a nice 25-yard strike. Hwang, ball from Sarabia. Goalkeeper completely misjudges it, and Hwang sort of goes around the goalkeeper and taps it into an empty net. I'll put the teams from the game on the screen right now. The match was split up into 4 different quarters, 4 30-minute quarters. So you can see there the first half 11, Bentley, Lima, Santiago Bueno, Totti, Hugo Bueno, Kundal, Lamina, who's captain again, Jean-Ric Bellegarde with Cunha, Chiquinho, and Guedes getting the first half an hour. Tawanda Chirewa then came on for him. And the second half 11 saw Tom King starting goal, Doherty, Mascara, Craig Dawson with Lonvite coming on for the last few moments of the game, Ait Nouri, Joe Hodge, Tommy Doyle, Sarabia, Hwang Hee-chan, Rodrigo Gomez with Keanu Hoover coming on, and Strand Larson. So good to get some more minutes in the tank. It's obviously nice to see Wolves now 2 wins from 2 in these behind closed doors games, beating Como 1-0 and now Bristol City 3-0. But now it takes us on to the US tour. Been lots of speculation who's going to go, who's not going to go, because normally when players go, it's a pretty strong indication on how Wolves view them, really. And we have got some updates on that. So they're flying out today, as in Tuesday. The first game is on Saturday, which I believe is against West Ham United, which I'll talk about in a second. We already saw some pictures. So the first real big picture was of Luke Kundal put it on his Instagram story. So obviously Luke Kundal's going, but on this picture was Gonzalo Guedes. So we posted on Talking Wolves yesterday, would you give Guedes another chance? And that's what I want to know from you guys in the comment section down below. Would you give Gonzalo Guedes another chance at Wolves this season? So he's with the squad for this US tour. Daniel Podence, however, is not going. Now, there was social media speculation yesterday that he's told Wolves that he doesn't want to stay at the club. He wants to move to Olympiacos. That's what he's pushing for, to return to Greece. And now, as of today, apparently he's not in the squad due to a calf injury, calf strain. Fabio Silva also not included in the squad. Guedes, Podence, Silva are all still expected to leave this summer, but Guedes has got the nod and is in the squad for the US tour. The rest of the news from the squad, Jose Sarr, Nelson Semedo, Pedro Neto, and João Gomes have of course all been on international duty. They're due to meet up with the squad halfway through the US tour. Nathan Fraser, he's in the squad due to an injury of Leon Chiwomi. Fraser is still likely to leave the club on loan this summer, though. Luke Kundal, as I've already mentioned, included in the squad. Dexter Lembakisa and Joe Hodge haven't been included. The club is still looking for loan deals for them. As I mentioned in the last video, Joe Hodge close to a loan move, and it looks like it's going to be Huddersfield Town in League One. James Storer, Wesley Okudua, and Nigel Lonvike haven't travelled. They were with the squad for the Marbella games and the trip there, but they're staying in Compton for now. But Luke Rawlings, who's just 16, just signed a scholarship deal at the club, is with the squad just due to the lack of central midfielders. But I understand a very, very talented player still. All of that came from Liam Keane at the Express and Star. Chiquinho is part of that squad. It's still heavily reported in Portugal right now that Sporting are pushing to try and sign Chiquinho, but waiting for that green light from Gary O'Neill. But he's going to be with the squad, as is everybody else. If there's anyone major that I've not mentioned there that you want to find out about, do let me know in the comment section down below. But as far as I'm aware, the big players missing out are those ones that I've mentioned: Daniel Podence, Fabio Silva in particular, really, and then the guys that have been on internationals are due in later on. But yeah, with the games, still unsure what I'm going to be doing. I'll definitely be watching the West Ham game. I think it kicks off midnight UK time. I don't know whether to do a live watch along if you guys would be interested in that. If not, I'll probably just upload a reaction and review on Sunday morning. I'm away next week, so I don't know the situation if I'll be able to catch the Crystal Palace game, but we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. But moving on to some transfer news very quickly as well. Towards the end of last week, it was reported in France, I believe, no, Germany it was, sorry, that Wolves are reportedly among a number of clubs who've inquired about Sekou Kone, a young midfielder who was one of the stars at last year's Under-17s World Cup. So it's a player that Wolves are apparently keeping an eye on, but lots of clubs interested in him as well. So not been much news on that one since last week, if I'm completely honest. Some fresh news today coming from the Daily Express is that Wolves have reportedly inquired about the Paraguayan winger Gabriel Aguayo, 19 years of age, currently playing in Paraguay for Cerro Porteño. Young lad, can play out wide or centrally as well, can be available for around £3 million this summer. However, there are a lot of clubs in America looking at him as well. Of course, they signed Enzo Gonzalez from Paraguay. Hasn't really gone to plan as of yet. Is this another risk that Wolves want to try out? But, you know, £3 million, fairly low risk. See, maybe he could go out on loan. But yeah, MLS clubs knocking on the door for him at the moment, so it remains to be seen whether Wolves do take the punt. Dan Bentley, of course, going into the last year of his contract at Wolves, there is an option for Wolves to extend it by 2 years. There have been rumours this weekend that Arsenal have submitted another bid, but still a long way off Wolves' valuation. Wolves, if you remember, valued Daniel Bentley at around £1 million. It's been reported this weekend that Arsenal have come in with a second bid of just £300,000. There is hope from the Arsenal side of things that they can reach a compromise with Wolves, but as it stands still, Dan Bentley is a Wolves player, played in those 2 behind closed doors games, will be travelling to America with a squad, and you would assume will start and play against West Ham United on Wednesday as well. So yeah, there's been other reports locally that have suggested maybe there hasn't been that second bid, but certainly Arsenal keeping that pressure on Wolves at the moment. And the final piece of news, Cam Candola, Wolves defender, Wolves under-21 defender, has been out on trial at a couple of clubs. He was on trial at Aldershot, I believe, with a view to maybe joining them on loan. But now he's with Cheltenham Town. 20 years of age now, Cam Candola needs that low move to men's football, but on trial at the League Two side, Cheltenham Town, featured for them in a friendly, I think it was against Plymouth last weekend, and he's expected to play again this weekend, for Friday, I think it is actually, against Bristol City, so we'll keep an eye on that situation. I think that is all for today's update video. As always, guys, if you've got anything else that you want to add in the comment section down below, please feel free to do so. As and when there's more updates, I'll let you guys know as soon as I can. As always, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hopefully we see some more transfer news hotting up over the next few days or so, because that has been sort of a quiet week, to be honest. But as always, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.